Hey friends, welcome to the April reset. If you're new here, hi, my name is Rosie, and we are going to get down into the nitty-gritty of April. Wow. Yay April. We love April. April is the harbinger of harbinger? I feel like it makes more sense as harbinger. But that's a word I've never heard aloud. I'm realizing now. Don't clown on me, I don't know which one it is, but it ushers in the best months of the year in my humble opinion. We have quite a few things to go over, so let's start with the recap. April itself, fine month. There was a lot going on. The weather, all over the place. It's gorgeous. It's like 68 degrees today. And it seemed to be the pattern that Monday through Friday, stunning, 60 degrees and up. Lovely, and you just want to be outside all day. The weekend, blizzard, snow. Lots of snow. Like, I went to get my hair done on Saturday for, just gotta get the root touch up. It had been rainy the night before, but I was like, hopefully, I just bring an umbrella and it's fine. It was snowing the entire time I was out on Saturday. I think we ended up, there was a prediction for a foot of snow. On April 27th, 2024, we had approximately, I'm guessing, a foot of snow here. I mean, the hair stayed relatively intact, thankfully. It was whack and crazy and wild. So I'm really hoping May, doesn't do that. Especially because I'm a May baby, so my birthday is on a Tuesday, so odds are weather will be fine. But when I celebrate my birthday, obviously it's gonna be on a weekend, so please don't let it blizzard. I just wanna have brunch. But with the nice weather came, a lot more time outside, which was lovely. And I get to wear more fun clothes now. I'm wearing a dress, and my Tortured Poets Department cardigan, finally copped one. Have never been able to cop a Taylor Swift cardigan on time, and we did it, y'all. But anyways, so we've been having a lot more fun with fashion, and that just makes me feel better. I'm all ready for the day, and I have makeup on and my hair done, and I shoot a fun little Instagram video, and it just puts my mood in such a better place than rolling out of bed and immediately logging on to work. So I've been trying to make the effort to do that a lot more frequently. I did get sick in April, and so that threw off the groove, but now we're sliding back into it, hopefully, knock on wood. Along with all that, work was ridiculous for literally no reason. Well, for a few reasons. We had just a couple unexpected obstacles this month that caused a whole lot of stress, and there wasn't much I could do about it, but also I had to be involved, and so I didn't love that. Work was very much stressful to me this month. I'm really hoping it won't be so much so as we approach the summer, because this month is the month to close business for the fall. We do have quite a bit of travel coming up, most of which for work. So as long as people stay out the inbox, I'm fine. It'll be fine. I was a very, very adult woman this month. As I am entering my late 20s in a week from now, it was time to get my shit together. We found a doctor here after 2 years. Please clap. Got my physical, got my hoo-ha checked, got my prescriptions filled. We really did the most. I started talking to a nutritionist, which was really big. It's something my therapist has been wanting me to do for a while, but I randomly got an email in my work email saying that my insurance was partnering with this company called Husk, I think, Husk Nutrition. And so I've met with the nutritionist twice now. We have another appointment next week. And yeah, so far they've just been intake appointments. We haven't really done anything yet, but just even taking the step towards doing that felt pretty big and feels like a good movement forward in the whole eating disorder journey. We're working on it. We got a lot of stuff done around the house. That video is coming. I swear to you, I swear. It is 90% filmed, but every single time I think it's over and done, something else happens a few days later that I'm like, fuck, I gotta put that in the video. So it is coming. I just need to film literally the last round of updates for it and be like, here you go, done, take it. Nothing else is changing, take it. That's on me, but I will be finishing up my spring cleaning home improvement vlog very soon. And along with, just sort of enjoying time outside, time with friends, I've gotten really back into video games, which is so funny because I would not consider myself hardcore gamer girl in any way and still would not. However, I really spent most of my time like playing video games this month, which is fun, but also that meant like reading took a back seat. So we're not getting a separate reading vlog, like recap this time around because it's pathetic and sad and will be tacked on to the end of my little recap section. A little disappointed in myself. However, it's okay because I did like just blow myself out of the water for the first few months of the year. And so I'm still technically 11 books ahead of schedule. So it's all right, I can take a breather. It's fine. So that's like the overall broad view of what April was looking like. I think it's time that we hopped into the favorites. This was a great month for music. I have to start out, number one, favorite song, Good Luck Babe, Chappell Roan. This one really sent her off. It sent her shooting through the stars. And literally when I woke up on release day and saw people I knew from high school posting about it on their stories, I was like, shit, she's mainstream now. We've lost her, but like in the best way possible. So obviously I love that success for her. However, I do not love it for my bank account when I try to buy concert tickets again. But yes, she's killing it, slaying it, icon. Next, Lil Freak by Baby No Money. It's been a while since a Baby No Money single came out that like actually hit for me. I used to be absolutely obsessed with him in college. Loved him. He was like the soundtrack of my senior year. Lil Freak is just fun. Some of the bars are very good. And also he had Critical, Charlie from Moist Critical on YouTube, like just breakdancing in his music video. He doesn't sing or anything. He's just like there. And it's very iconic. It's just so funny. I love Charlie, so I was like, oh, cool. Baby No Money seems to just know everyone. Like everyone across internet popularity he is friends with or has a connection to, which is wild, but love to see a random feature that I know. And then of course, we simply must discuss the Tortured Poets Department. Little patch. Double album release, made a whole vlog about it. Go watch if you want to see me go to a release party. It was super fun. I think it's literally the last video. So it will be linked below. This one took me a while to get into. I had to listen to it twice. My first thoughts were, it was just like very sad, but it all sounded the same. And then I had to listen through it again. And then certain songs started to pop out more. And then after like reading stuff, and I'm in a Swifties like Slack channel, which is so funny that we have that at work. And everybody's just been analyzing the album for the past week and spending so much time just talking about it. It really like started to come together. And it is just very clearly not a super commercial album. She made it for herself to like process emotions. And the fact that she released everything, at first I was like, you could have done without a few of these. However, I have realized that if I were to like write my way through like an incredibly heartbreaking emotional period of time that should have been like the highlight of my life with the Eras tour and everything, I feel like including every single song gives the full picture in that she's like, this is the whole range and spectrum of my emotions, in that like I'm sad but in all these different specific unique ways, and you need to understand all of these facets in order to get why I was so like messed up during what was like my most successful year of my life. So with that said, there's still quite a few I don't listen to. However, overall, I do really like the double, the anthology. My favorites, The Black Dog, Old Habits Die Screaming, has just been like reverberating in my head on repeat. And I'm like, yeah, girl, they really do. The Albatross, love it. The Albatross, I think, was my standout favorite from the first listen, and that stands true. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, obviously, bop. Down Bad grew on me. I didn't like it at first, but the more I listened to it and the more I like bought into the whole like alien abduction narrative, I was like, that kind of fucking slaps. Clara Bow, beautiful, love it. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Very funny image of her like levitating down a street and then crashing a party. That makes me laugh. And I don't know if it's in a good way or in a cringe way, but like I enjoy it. it's enjoyable. And also like the Scream Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. It's fun to sing. And then these two have been stuck in my head nonstop. I'm very conflicted on them. I've decided I like them, and I'm going to just hold my conflict within myself as I listen. But Florida and Fortnite. Florida, Florence Welch, wow, stunning. Fantastic feature. Their voices sounded so good together, and like the song was so beautiful, but the fact that it was about Florida, I was like, really? Florida? Florida? I just can only think of like Ron DeSantis and like how shitty their government is. But clearly she had some sort of life-changing moment down in Florida. Anyways, and it sounded beautiful, so like I'm getting over it. Florida, you know, I really think if this album came out in 2020 and I was still planning on doing the Disney college program, this is the song that would have like been like, yes, Florida, let me escape to Florida. And I knew, the second I heard it, I knew. I was like, the Disney adults are gonna be on this. They are on it. And I've already seen 2 reels in the past week of people at Disney using Florida. And I was like, I knew it. I just knew it. It makes sense. If I end up going to Disney in the near future, perhaps I will do the same. Who knows? I probably am not going to Disney in the near future. Would like to though. And then Fortnite, I just, sonically, once again, love the way it sounds. The music video, gorgeous. I said in the vlog, but very Divine Rivals coded. And just like, your wife waters flowers and I want to kill her. My husband is cheating, I want to kill him. Like, okay, could have made it rhyme. You're supposed to be a poet. What the heck? I just hated that it didn't rhyme. And I know that's such a stupid criticism, but also like the visuals and imagery that comes with that, it just doesn't hit as hard if you're not trying to make it work, you know, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. If you love the album, no skips, nothing, wonderful, super happy for you. And I hope you continue to enjoy it at that level. Condensed thoughts on TTPD, there they are. If you would like to hear more, I will link me discussing it down below. And I went to a fun little like premiere party for it. Like we went to a listening party the day after it came out. It was super fun. That's also in that vlog. TV, I caved and I got Apple TV this month. I did the 1 week free trial and then I paid for 1 month and I'm probably gonna cancel it afterwards because there's only like 3 shows I really wanna watch through it. And one of them was The Enfield Poltergeist, which is a documentary, but like also reenacted, but it's mainly reenactments, except they use the actual voice footage, like the actual recordings from the real case that were done by like the real people investigating it, and the actors lip sync to it. It's absolutely insane. The way it all lines up is so perfect. They are just really good. They are fantastic. And the acting was wonderful. And it was really, really cool. And then they brought in like some of the people who were actually a part of it and remembered it happening to give, you know, modern day commentary. And it was just like a really wonderfully done documentary piece. If you don't know, The Enfield Poltergeist is what The Conjuring 2 is based on. And the Warrens, I have a lot to say about Ed and Lorraine Warren, but nobody cares. So it is nothing, not nothing, but it is very seldom like similar to what The Conjuring 2 like showed. Most of the Warrens cases are very not similar to the Conjuring movies. Anyways, the Enfield Poltergeist show on Apple TV did a great job of, you know, taking what existed from the case, what actually was recorded during the investigation, and just like bringing it to life. It was really, really sick. So if you're into spooky, creepy, that's a good one I have to recommend. And then my final faves are, obviously we gotta talk about the video games that I got into. When I was sick, I just like hop back into Animal Crossing. It's just the time of year. Every spring I have the urge to do so. And I found out through my Snap memories that when I restarted my island this year, like a day afterwards was the 4-year anniversary of me starting it the first time. So I was like, oh, that's cute. Maybe it's just like wired into my brain now. Spring is Animal Crossing. I did a lot of time jumping this time. I didn't time travel the first time around, and I tried not to the second time, but this time I just went for it. And then I spent a lot of time on Reddit because people were just giving away stuff. And so I was able to like finish and decorate my island within 2 weeks, which was iconic and really exactly what I wanted. And so now it's like done. I have 1 or 2 sections that I could spruce up more if I so desired, but I don't, so it's okay. If you want to see what the island looks like, I would love to do a little island tour video. That still stands true. I have to figure out how I would do it. I don't quite know how they record on their Switch, but if that's something people are interested in, I will figure it out. And then at the end, the reason I like pushed myself through the end of my island, I didn't really have very much left anyway, was because Kenan got me for my birthday a Steam Deck. And this, I explained it once again in my previous vlog. So sorry if I just feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, sorry about that. But it's essentially like a Switch, but for Steam, which is the platform that most PC gamers use. I've been able to play the Stardew Valley update, which is not available on Switch yet. It's wonderful. I love Stardew Valley. I have started it. I've played it through a few times, never to perfection, but pretty close twice. And this time I think I'm going for it. I'm committing to the bit. And there's so much new content available. It's kind of insane. Like I have to just double check and like actually play the game in real time rather than like knowing my goals going in, like knowing exactly what I have to do to like get to where I want to go. I have that, but also there's like obviously extra fun things sprinkled in, like new festivals or new activities or new quests. And so I have to be present while I'm playing the game to be like, oh, there's that new thing that I want to do. And it's been very fun. It's been very good. I have loved every second of it. So I cannot recommend it enough. The Steam Deck, insanely expensive. If you can just play it on your existing computer or your Switch, do it. The Switch update will be coming out. But Kenan got me this also so we could play video games together because he's a PC gamer through and through. And I hate playing at my PC because I'm not good at the controls, number 1. And number 2, I hate sitting at my computer after sitting at my computer all day for work. Doing it more for fun doesn't make sense. So I moved to my laptop and to a different room. So this makes it easier and I can play better with these types of controls than the mouse and the keyboard. So absolute fave, Steam Deck. All right, let's talk about the no-buy section. As we know, it's been difficult. My original plan for April was it was gonna be regular no-buy, and then the month of May, my birthday month, was going to be no rules, do whatever I want. I changed that to the 2 weeks before my birthday and the 2 weeks after my birthday because my birthday is May 7th. And so that's so early in the month that like there's stuff I wanted to get and like have for my birthday that would not have arrived if I did not order them in April. So I was like, you know what, makes sense. We're gonna do the 2 weeks before and the 2 weeks after. We now have about 2 more weeks to go of spending whatever. I will say, while I have placed some orders, I absolutely have shopped. I have also practiced a lot of self-control. Clearly during this month, I can do whatever I want, you know, within my fiscal means. And so it makes sense to buy a ton of shit now and then just not buy anything for the rest of the year. I have created and clicked out of so many like shopping bags online. I have curated so many orders that I did not place. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that because by all means, now is the time to do it. But I looked at them and I said, what do I need right now in my closet? What do I want right now in my closet? And if I had something similar or it wasn't fitting a specific niche that I wanted to fill, I didn't go for it, which was really nice. So I'm proud of myself for that. And I do feel very good that after my birthday, you know, we'll be able to slip into the end of May and June and just go for it. Counterintuitively, I kind of think being on work trips is gonna help that, mainly because work is going to be paying for all of my food and all that shit. And I mean, when I'm on trips, obviously I wanna shop. I want a fun little vacay time, but I'm going to places I've been to already. This will be my 4th time to Austin. third time to Austin in a year. I've already bought there what I'm gonna buy there. I think I'm good. I get the satisfaction of like eating out and like doing activities with my team, but I'm not paying for it. So that feels good, you know? So I think that's really gonna help, quite honestly. While we are not no-buying currently, I feel pretty good about the state of the no-buy and where we're gonna go from here. I do want to sit down and still reflect on my rules and like see what was working well and what wasn't, and reframe them to address other areas that maybe need more attention. So I'll probably make a separate video about that, discussing like where I'm gonna go from there, but that's not on the mind yet. I still have 2 more weeks of fun, baby. So we'll see what happens when it happens. The last part of this recap section is gonna be the reading recap. The reading in April was weak. It was weak because of the video games, and that's fine because I found enjoyment elsewhere, and I still read a little bit. I read 4 books, so 1 book a week, that's not bad. 2 of which were Warriors books, yeah. And then the other 2 were these. First I did Allie Hazelwood's Bride, which has just been so hyped up. I personally really liked The Love Hypothesis, and then the second one, which might be Love on the Brain, I thought was good. It was just exactly the same. So she definitely does have a style, a certain style of writing that carries over. And I really wanted to see her try to write fantasy because it is so different from her other style. You know, she still worked it in there. This woman is still a lady in STEM. Don't you worry, she's a coder. But it was really, really fun. I liked it a lot. There was some interesting werewolf traditions that, I mean, kind of was like, okay, like I get it, but whatever. The Knot. If you've read this, you know what I'm talking about. But overall, I enjoyed it. I would recommend it if you like it, Allie Hazelwood. Otherwise, it might be a little lackluster, but still a fun read. And then we have The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. This one I read in about a day this past weekend. It was creepy. It's a gothic horror about this woman whose husband just died and they had just gotten married like a month before. She's also like in her 30s, so people are like, oh, did she marry and then kill him? And she's pregnant. So things are just sort of like sketchy around the whole situation. And she's going to, you know, spruce up his estate in the mountains. Mountains? I don't know if Britain even has mountains. In the country. And so she's also like she did not come from a rich family, so she's like getting used to like having money and being like a mistress of the house. So she's kind of snooty a lot of the time. But the actual horror element of the companions, which you find out, I mean, not decently early on. You're like a third of the way through, but it says it on the cover, that there is a quote-unquote companion, which is just like a wooden stand-up cutout of someone who looks just like her. Her name is Elsie. And she's there with Sarah, who is a cousin of the husband who just died. So her and Sarah, along with the people who work at the house, see this companion, and then they find more. And they start popping up, and they're like in places they don't remember leaving them. And they're like, why do you keep doing this? Who's pranking us? Who's blah, blah, blah. And nobody knows who's moving them around, who's making them. And it flashes between modern day, where Elsie, the main character, is like in an asylum trying to remember this shit. The past, where she's writing down in the asylum like what happened, how she got there, and this whole story of her living at the place. It's called The Bridge. And then again in the past to this ancestor of Sarah's and her husband Rupert's. And they apparently had the king and queen come stay at the bridge. And you find out where the companions come from and like all this crazy background and history and like what haunts the house. It's nuts. It was very well done. Like I said, it was a gothic horror. It definitely gave me Woman in Black vibes, if you've seen that movie or the play. And it kind of also reminded me of the newest Riley Sager book, The Last Something. Oh, The Only One Left. Sorry, it's on my shelf up there. It kind of reminded me of that also. So if that's your vibe, if you're into gothic horror, this was really good. And if you don't mind skipping around in time, I digged it. It was a pretty quick read. So I think I gave this one 4 stars. And then I think I gave this one 5 stars, but realistically it's like 4.5. Just to keep it real. Okay, I had to take a quick water break because it's Yap City Central over here. And my throat was dry. But it is time to move on to the goals portion. Here we go. Let's reflect on how April's goals went. They didn't really go. Here they are. just so you can take a look-see, but I will read them out loud. I'm still figuring out how to get this tripod to like lean over with my camera on it without the camera just swinging everywhere. There has to be a different type of setting, like on the actual physical connectors that I can do, but I haven't figured it out yet. So this is what we've got. Number 1, read 4 physical books. Nope, you already know that didn't happen. Read 2. Number 2, cook dinner 3 times a week. Also didn't happen. We did make progress towards it. I started meal planning, and then we started like putting the things in the fridge, thawing, like actually getting ready to do it. But we just ended up not really doing it. We made dinner 1 to 2 times a week at most. Like, well, there were a few nights where it was just cereal. There was a lot of nights where we either went out or we delivered. And that is certainly something that I will continue to work on in the next round of the no-buy rules. But yeah, this I do think, however, will be better this upcoming month because we started Factor on recommendation of my nutritionist. The act of cooking is what stops me from cooking because I don't have confidence in my skills there. And also, like, I'm such a picky eater that I don't want to try to make new things because I'm not gonna make them well. There's the confidence issue. So as I start to work on that, Factor at the very least is literally microwavable. And so it's HelloFresh, but without even the prep of like cooking. So we were like, this is probably the best option. My work has some kind of deal through it. Every single YouTuber has a Factor code. My God, I wish they'd give me one. My work has a slightly better deal through their like benefits for Factor, so I did that. And today is literally the day we're supposed to get our first box. So I will let you know my thoughts as we try it out. Number 3, take more outside walks. Definitely did that. Definitely did that. As the weather was nice, I found myself like literally wanting to be outside, which I mean, I think has been a lot more frequent since remote working, but in high school and college, I would want to be home all the time. I was like, I don't want to be anywhere. So it's a nice feeling. Next, finish hanging and framing all of our posters. We were like 75% there. You will see in the home improvement blog, we have the ones in the office. We have the ones downstairs. You've probably seen those on my Instagram if you've been over there. So also, sick plug for my Instagram. I'm posting there a lot more than I normally do. So, but we still have a group of our old bird posters, which used to be on the hallway like of the stairs of our old apartment. I just haven't found a perfect place for them yet. I think I'm just gonna put them in the dining room and we're gonna see how that works. But I also need a lot more command strips for that. So, but those are the last part. So we are literally 75% there, almost, but not quite. Bring books to LFLs, Little Free Libraries, or sell them. I just didn't get around to it. I did create, like, I did add more to the pile to bring. I was even thinking about it this weekend, but then it was snowing. So, but that's definitely gonna happen soon just because I do want to do it and get it out of the way. So yeah, we have one goal checked off. Week seems to be the trend. I have not been very good at keeping my goals this year. And you know what, that's okay. But I do want to try harder. I do want to focus on them more and like be more aware that I am working towards them actively. Let's hop into the May goals and see where we're at. Here we go. If you would like to pause and take a read, feel free. Number 1, read 3 books. I think I can definitely do that. To be quite honest, it feels a little low, but also since I only read 4 books last week, like last month, that's probably a good place to start until, you know, I feel the desire to be reading again. Do an outdoor weekend activity at least twice. Like I said, I have been wanting to be outside more. However, I don't like super have a lot of reasons to be, except for like walking my dog. So I love to go to the botanical gardens. I try to go at least once a year over here. And I think I'm gonna ask Kenan to take me sometime this month if we have time. Otherwise, I've talked to my friends about we're talking about doing like a little picnic next weekend as an early birthday celebration, just to be cute. So that would count as one. And just, you know, spend more time like in the sunshine and actually enjoying it. Especially because whenever like it snows randomly, I'm like, God, God, I wasted it. I wasted the good weather. So we're gonna feel better about that. Number 3, enjoy my birthday. I am a May baby. My birthday is on May 7th. So if you want to subscribe as a birthday present, that would be like really epic. Anyways, I'm looking forward to enjoying my birthday. I am someone who, I love to throw a party. I love to plan. I love to be in control of it. And this year I was like, you know what? We're gonna go out to a restaurant and we're gonna go bowling. Normally I would have like something elaborate at my house. The year before I did like a huge brunch party in which Kenan did not sit down the entire time. I did not sit down the entire time. And I was like, this was fun and great, but also I didn't relax or like enjoy the party. So this year we're doing things where like I can be present and not worry about it. And I'm very excited for that. I also am a worrier about how many people, like who I should invite, who I should, like, is someone gonna be mad at me if I don't invite them? But out here, literally, like, I'm an adult. And also reservations for anything more than like 6 people is hard. It's hard to make a reservation these days. And also just because I don't invite someone to a birthday brunch doesn't mean I don't like them or they're not my friend. It is just simply like ease and time. So yeah, I have to get over like weird guilt about that, but whatever. I'm going to enjoy my birthday and not stress about it because I love my birthday. I'm a big birthday person, in case you couldn't tell. And I know some people hate it, but I adore it. And then finally, I want to spend more time outside with Iggy. Now that we have the backyard, like it is a godsend. It is a lifesaver and it is so wonderful when I have like a meeting filled day and I'm like, Iggy needs to go out. I can just put him out during a meeting and then come get him after the meeting's done. However, I have gotten in the habit of, now that I take him out at certain times every day. However, I will just leave him there and then do all my indoor chores and then go get him. But he'll be just like sitting for a lot of it. Whereas if I'm in the backyard, he'll actually like run around and play and sniff things. I'm going to make the effort at least for like, this is specifically about like his mid-morning, afternoon jaunt in our backyard, his bathroom break. I will try to stay and play with him for a little bit longer than I normally would if I can with work. Yeah, I just want to give him a little TLC because I love him and he drives me absolutely insane. But I just have to keep remembering that like me and Kenan are his whole life. And so I gotta love and appreciate him for all the whack dog he is. Not too many, nothing crazy. I think these goals are easy and achievable, and if I like plan them ahead of time, they'll just like be done, you know? So I very specifically am gonna start on that 3-book goal probably tonight, because Kenan made a deal with me that for every 2 books I read out of my collection, he'll buy me 1 book on my birthday. Since we've made that deal, I think I've read 4. I'm not positive. I'll count them later, but I'm gonna keep moving on it because there are a lot of books I'm like halfway through that I just didn't finish. So it's time, I'm gonna wrap them up and we're gonna get a lovely book haul for my birthday. That wraps us up for this reset. I am so excited for May to start because I love May. May is the best month, hands down, 100%. I'm so excited to just like see and talk to all my friends and just have a good time. And then when the travel starts, I know I will enjoy the traveling. That starts at the end of May. It's just gonna be a lot, but it'll be okay. We'll enjoy ourselves. So looking forward to it. If you're new here and you want to stick around, I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, it would be like a super stellar birthday present if you wanted to subscribe. And for everyone, I want to hear how your month went. I always want to hear, especially like if you're on the no buy, I love getting the updates in the comments. I love to hear how it's going. I would love to hear if you have any goals for the new month or any goals you accomplished in April that you want to share. I'm here to cheer you on. And I think that's all. All of my links are always down below. Like I said, my Instagram is probably the most up-to-date place I am, along with Goodreads. So that is Rosie Gets Dressed, and everything else is somewhat similar. So if you want to check those out, always in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I hope you have a fabulous whatever time of day you're in, and I will be talking to you very soon. Bye.